when I saw my own crying face on his viral TikTok. With 3 million views and the caption, "Grief is love that never dies, heartbreak." I realized my boyfriend had turned my brother's death into his career. And I wasn't done paying the price yet. I'm Emily, 26, from Austin, Texas. 2 years ago, my younger brother Josh died in a car crash on Highway 183, rainy night, wrong turn, gone in an instant. He was just 19. We were inseparable growing up. He was the wild one, always making dumb jokes, always telling me life was too short to be serious. I used to think that was just something kids said. Now, I repeat it like a prayer. My boyfriend at the time, Jake, was everything Josh wasn't: organized, focused, social media savvy. He ran a small lifestyle channel on YouTube and TikTok, talking about finding light in dark times. When Josh died, I thought I was lucky to have someone like Jake. He told me he'd help me share my grief, that people needed authentic stories. At first, I thought he meant something comforting, something to heal. But soon, I noticed he never put the camera down. When I was crying on the couch, he'd adjust the lighting. When I visited Josh's grave, he'd film from the car, whispering to his phone, "It's raw. It's real." It didn't feel like love. It felt like a performance. But grief makes you blind, and I was completely in the dark. After a few months, I wanted to do something real in Josh's memory. I decided to start a scholarship in his name, for teens who'd lost siblings, just like me. I saved every extra tip from the cafe, every spare dollar. I even sold my old Nikon camera, the one Josh had given me for my 21st birthday. Jake said he'd help with the fundraising. He built a GoFundMe page and promised to handle the online stuff. I was grateful. He seemed so committed, until I noticed one detail: the account wasn't under my name. It was under Jake Taylor Media LLC. When I asked about it, he brushed me off. "Babe, it's just for transparency," he said. "People trust brands." And I believed him. A week later, Jake's video went viral. Title: How We Turned Tragedy into Hope. Thumbnail: me, holding Josh's photo, tears running down my face. I hadn't even realized he'd filmed that moment. It was from the night I broke down reading Josh's old texts. He'd filmed me without asking. And then, I saw the GoFundMe totals. Over $9,000 raised. But when I checked the linked bank account, my name wasn't on it. My stomach dropped. Jake had transferred the funds to himself. When I confronted him, my hands were shaking so hard I could barely hold my phone. "Jake, where's the money?" He didn't even look up from editing. "I'm managing it. I used some of it for promo, ads, editing gear. It's an investment." "Investment?" I snapped. "It's a scholarship. That money isn't yours." He turned slowly, calm, patronizing. "You don't understand how online growth works. This is for both of us. You'll thank me when we can actually afford to help people." I wanted to scream, but he just kept smiling. Like he'd done something noble. Then, he said it. That one line that still burns in my mind: "Don't be dramatic, Em. I gave your pain purpose." That was the moment something inside me broke. Not from grief, from betrayal. The next morning, I packed my things, but I didn't leave. Not yet, because leaving meant he'd win. And I wasn't walking away without taking my story back. I spent days pretending to be fine. Cooking, smiling, even liking his posts. While he slept, I gathered everything: screenshots, PayPal receipts, messages from donors, and the original scholarship pitch I'd written in my notes app. Then I started reaching out, to GoFundMe, to sponsors, to the brands he bragged about working with. I sent them proof that he'd used donation money for his own channel. Within 48 hours, one sponsor pulled out publicly. Within a week, 2 more followed. Jake went from smug to silent. Then came the calls. 17 missed calls in one night. I didn't answer a single one. A few days later, he showed up at my door, red-eyed and desperate. "You ruined my career," he shouted. I laughed bitterly. "No, Jake, you ruined my brother's name." He started pacing. "You think anyone cares about your little sob story? You'd be nothing without me." I looked at him, this man I once thought I'd marry, and saw nothing but emptiness. "I'd rather be nothing," I said quietly, "than be you." He went still. Then his face twisted in rage. You'll regret this when you're forgotten. I smiled softly. Good. I never wanted fame. I just wanted peace. He left, slamming the door so hard the frame shook. And for the first time in a year, silence didn't scare me. It felt like freedom. 9 months later, the scholarship launched, for real this time, under the Josh Parker Memorial Fund. Local news covered it. Students sent thank you letters. One girl wrote, "Your brother's story gave me strength to keep going." Sometimes, I pass by Jake downtown. He looks tired, scrolling endlessly, chasing a moment that doesn't exist anymore. He glances up like he wants to speak, but he doesn't. I walk past him, the Texas sun warm on my face, my brother's name safe where it belongs. I didn't get revenge. I got peace. And maybe, that's what real justice looks like.